Hey, what's up, Scott Balkum here with Imagination Creation Films, and today, well, it's Monday. My ISP swears up and down that the upload issue has been fixed. So we're pushing the limits now and dropping frames. But we're pushing those limits really, really hard just to see what it does. So I'm anxious to see, can I live stream? Is it possible? Will anybody come and say hello? The world is my oyster. Well, I guess. Is the world my oyster? I've often found that, I'm going to just put that down there. It says I've dropped 24. Right now, I am really pushing the stream envelope. And it looks like it's skipping a heck of a lot of frames. That can't possibly be. Encoding overloaded. Okay. Let's just do that. Let's do stream, change that down to there, and see if we can handle that. How's that? Is that any better? That should be better. Or using a faster encoding preset. Turn down video settings. Wow, it's really high CPU. Let's see, is it any better? Wow. So now we're not dealing with, we're not dealing with, you know, I kind of wonder. Settings, output. Let's do constant bitrate, see what happens. Okay, 67% still. All right, let's, I hate doing this live. What else am I going to do? If I bring that out, does that decrease? So why in the world would my CPU be going crazy right now? That doesn't make any sense. 72%? Let's try this. Let's get rid of these. Does that help? That dropped the CPU. Nope, it didn't. Wow. Error. Your YouTube's not receiving enough video. What? Oh my God. Come on. Variable bitrate. This should not be an issue. We're using a faster encoding preset. Test, test, test. And my live is not happening. What a loser I am. This is... Why is that? Stream. Maximum bitrate. Yeah, got that. VBR, yeah. So if I, okay, what is this? Higher, less CPU. Set this to faster. What's this profile? Baseline. High. Okay, let's see what that does. Does that improve anything? It's definitely not this, so I'm going to change my button, my color correction back. And that's so weird. I have never seen it use so much CPU. I don't get it. And I bet you I've got noise too. Boy, what am I listening to here? I don't hear anything. What am I hearing? Let's go over here and create a vomit-inducing playback. It's live. That's so weird. But I'm just sitting here. I'm frozen in time. Okay. Okay, let's see. We're streaming now. So really, that was it? Jeez, come on. You got to be kidding. Wow, that looks horrible. So really, that was it? Jeez, come on. What is that kind of encryption? What in the world? What is this? What kind of 4,500? Is that? Oh my God! What is that? Like 160? Limit bitrate, stream, software encoder. Oh, that looks horrible. Oh, that is horrible. Okay, well, that's better. Hey, Johnny. You know, I'm trying to get my stream working again with the ISP claiming now that I'm fixed. Stream working again with the ISP. Sounds good. It looks better. Well, it's something. I'm now my CPU is at like 20%, which was all I ever asked of it to begin with, and it was shooting up to like 70%. Live streams are hard, aren't they, Johnny? Let's see here. Well, it is right now live streaming. It's not dropping frames. This is kind of good. Hey, Gerald. What's up, buddy? You probably got tired of all the... all right, I'm going to push the limit now. I'm going to put some quality in this bad boy. So what are we at? We're at... Okay. So let's see what I can stream at. So I'm giving it all the bandwidths. So they fixed my upload. Wow, that looks pretty good. That's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Let's give it more. More. How do you like me? How do you like me? Let's give it. Let's go 5,000. We're going 5 megabits up, y'all. 5 megabits, all the bits. Let's see here. Click on the live. That looks good. There, we'll cancel that. This is, wow. Ooh. Okay, let's see if we can drop some frames. Let's, boom, camera 2, boom. Hey, it's camera 3. Ooh, there we go. And now we can go back to camera 1, camera 2, camera 2. I've never been able to go that high. Let's go back to 3,500. Now my stream is cool. Go back to live. Hey, just turn off the audio. There we go. So, Johnny, yes, they are. That sends me back to your first stream when I forgot to press the go live button. Talk to myself for like, oh man, I have done that. Ooh. I did one. I talked for almost an hour, and I thought surely someone will join. Surely I'm not that much of no one wants to watch me. And it was true. It was the moment I fixed it, somebody joined in and goes, hey, Reach, what's up, brother? What application are you using to stream? Okay, so today, I've just been trying to get everything to work in the way that I want. And what I want is have guests on so I can go back to doing what I was doing, but also have multicam so I can do multicams, as well as bring in other devices or anything in there. So I need it in a variety of ways. What I was using before was StreamYard. And StreamYard is cool, and that's what allowed me to link up to Facebook and everything. But StreamYard costs money, a lot, and it only lets me output in 720p, which I think right now I'm at 1080. I don't think I've ever streamed at 1080 before. Gosh. And so my goal was to get, please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Well, okay. Pretty sure I have keyframes of 4 seconds or less. Let's just see about that. Keyframe interval. Well, all right. Let's just do 1. Boom. Boom. Fix that. Okay. So, so then I got, I want to get rid of StreamYard because to stream at 1080, it takes an exceptional amount of money. Well, I mean, I'm cheap, so just understand exceptional. The weird thing was, like, when I would stream from here to StreamYard, I would never drop frames. When I would stream to YouTube, I would drop frames like crazy. So at that point, I said, well, screw it. I'll just do StreamYard. That way I can at least get the live streams going and get the conversation going. But since then, well, I mean, they actually upgraded my internet and then it died in the same process, which is pretty sad. But I spoke to them on Friday and I actually got to a upper level tech who found problem number 1 and problem number 2, resolved them both. And quite honestly, now that my laptop has decided it's not going to be a freak, it is streaming. So now I'm into the ATEM Mini Extreme over here for the multi. I can do all the fun things that way. And then with a couple of software packages that, forget the guy, he's in like Holland or something. He's been writing packages for the ATEM that basically allows you to pop up. Or is it? Oh, we're dropping frames. Of course it had to be. Of course it had to be. But now we're back. Oh, well, okay. I'm gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing the limit here. Let's see here. We've been using StreamYard still. You know, I mean, I get it. It does work, but I really want to get to 1080. I really want to get to a better point. Yeah, and then the other thing was I tested it out here. I tried using the ATEM to go into StreamYard, and that's when I was getting that weird audio glitch. Apparently, StreamYard does not like Blackmagic even still. So who knows? Yeah, man, I've been all about StreamYard. It just makes things simple since they handle the heavy lifting. They do. They really do. Johnny says, we switched to using Restream after just doing OBS only for the first few. Yeah, so I tried ultimately this last time was actually my ISP's fault. But I tried going to Restream to see if that one would help. And it was the same effect. So StreamYard was dropping frames, Restream was dropping frames. The world was dropping my frames. They just don't like me. It's okay. I'm not mad about it. I mean, maybe one day I'll be a superstar and everybody would want to. Yeah, it was just weird, but ultimately it was my ISP. So with my ISP, there were two things. So we're wireless out here. Come on, Elon, give me that Starlink. Give it to me. But so our cell on this wireless tower, I guess somebody else over here decided they were going to flood this channel, and they created a whole bunch of noise, which was just killing everything. So that was problem number 1. That was bringing my actual speeds of download and everything to a crawl. They fixed that. And then it kind of feels like it's like 12 frames a second. Is that what it feels like to you? Or is it just me? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me what you like. Tell me what you like, what you really, really like. And then they because of my job, I had an understanding with the owner that he would basically uncap my upload speeds and give me everything that they could, because I don't take advantage of it. But you know, when I need to stream or when I need to upload a package to, say, a large company, you know, I need to be able to do it within a week. My last upload was literally 8 days to upload all the red footage. It was so bad. I felt so bad, but you know, what can I do? So someone put the cap back on. I don't know who did that. I'm gonna find out. But now it seems to be okay. Christopher, any future lighting review plans? I love the details you provide in your reviews. Any chance of reviewing the Nanlux 1200 Spotlight? So the way I deal with reviews is twofold. Number one, things that I buy. So things that I buy, I guarantee you, if I've bought something, I've done so much research on it because I don't have a lot of disposable income, and so I will investigate, do my due diligence, and then invest in something. And when I do, I'm usually pretty happy with it. I'll find quirks, and then I'll review that just as part of the day-to-day stuff. The other is if companies, manufacturers, if they want to send me gear to test out, I'm happy to do so. So if any of y'all know anybody, and you want me to review something, I don't have to keep it. I'm not that guy that's like, well, I demand to keep it, or I'm compensated. I don't accept compensation for reviews, period. I don't let them even see the review. But I don't actively reach out really to companies to ask for review products. Occasionally I will, just because something really interests me. But if anybody knows anybody, I would be more than happy to review any product that meets a certain criteria, a certain standard. Because I'm not. I did one product. I thought it was going to be cooler than it was. It wasn't. I did the review. I mean, technically, I guess several people liked it. I've got standards when it comes to reviews, so I'm picky about it. But I would love to review, you know, other lights and such. I've got some more stuff to review. My GoPro's been acting weird, so let me turn it on, see if I can at least get you the studio cam. Let's see if it wasn't charging. It was so weird. I don't understand. And it's probably going to look really bad because, well, I have a LUT for all these Sony cameras on the ATEM. Hey, look, there's the, let's see what this looks like. Gosh, this is going to look bad, isn't it? OBS. Woo, boy, that's noisy. Woo, boy. So conveniently, and that is bottom middle, or no, the right-hand side where he says restroom. There's an entire shelf down there, and below that, that is everything that I have to review. There's a lot that I have to review. I mean, there's a lot over there. It's coming out very shortly, but it all lives over there, and it's all in order. That's my pathetic ordering of how I do things. But there's stuff there to do, and I would love to review like the Nanlux 1200 Spotlight. That'd be kind of fun to review. I keep sitting on my microphone. That's not good. I got lots. So hot here. It's like 97 degrees here already. Thanks, Texas. And if y'all remember way back when, my air conditioner died, and so I had to get a sticky. I had to get a smaller air conditioner because budget. So it runs basically 24/7, trying to keep my studio reasonably cool. It's warm in here. Well, it's not that warm. Before this ended up being a let's fix Scott's live stream again. Is this working? Tell me this is working. Yeah, okay. I'm so used to it not working that I had to check. I was actually going to do some interactive lighting. I thought it might be fun. I really just kind of got it all out of, what's going on here? There we go. Error. Stream status is poor. Really? It's not poor. It's good. Don't be so mean, YouTube. Yeah, I wanted to do some kind of interactive lighting in here. Just kind of see what colors and what effects lights can have on. Yeah, see, I need to see this. So I'm going to go back to live here. Yep. Okay, so I'm looking around. Been slowly adding to the decor with the other channels. Been shooting stuff. Let's see if you can see. Can it see? It can't. So there's so much stuff blocking the way. Like over here, there's the bar. I've been working on lighting for the bar, and just making sure there's stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I just wanted to make sure there was stuff if I was walking around and showing things that I could show. Yeah, so, I mean, if y'all want to play with some lights, we can play with some lights. I do enjoy the Aperture Sinus Link app. It is so good. For instance, let's just kill off some lights here. Wait. Streams rate? No, my stream is fine. Stop being a whiny. The reason it's like that, we recommend you stream at 4,500. Well, it's fine. Don't be like that. YouTube just doesn't like it. I think it looks fine. I like variable bitrate. It allows for the ups and downs of the dips. Let's see what we got here. This is a B7C that is, you know, I should totally rename that. Console. How do I rename that? I need to rename that. Fixtures. C54. 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 Wow, so I can't find it. Plant chair lamp. It's probably already renamed. Where is it? Interesting. Okay. So that's the back. Let's turn off the chair light. Okay. Let's turn off the plant back there. We'll turn off the chair lamp. We'll turn off the side table. We'll turn off the desk lamp. We are going to turn off, what else are we going to turn off? We're going to turn off some more stuff. You know what? Let's turn off the sun. Where's the sun? It's right there. That's interesting. Are you not connected to this anymore? Well, that is interesting. Never had that happen. Let's see here. Your review of the Aperture 60D and X was the big reason I pulled the trigger and got it. Keep it up. Can't wait for future reviews. Thank you. Yeah, I use the heck out of those. 60D lives right up here, right there. And I'm actually about to change up the lighting ever so slightly here with the, well, that's moody. Yes. With the lighting, I'm gonna steal some of my lighting from my kitchen set, where I have a quasar tube overhead, and that way I'll just light my table with the quasar, and then I can take this light and move it back behind and kind of point it this way, because I really like that. I like the big soft light here on my face, but I like a little bit of shadow, but I like it when the light kind of wraps around from behind and kind of brings, so you get this kind of shadow line. I dig that look. I'm really interested in why the 300X decided it didn't want to respond today. That is so weird. just not had that happen. That explains why it didn't turn on earlier. Cool. All right, well, we'll leave the sun. Let's see what else we can do here. We can turn off my bar lights, my Edisons. Oh, come on, turn off. Why is Apple like that? It's so weird. So we're just going to have the sun back there. There we go. We turn that off. So now we really only have one light. Fixtures. We have the, we have the backlight, don't we? Yeah, we do. Which we could have a little fun with, actually. So then all we're doing now is lighting by monitor. That's weird. And like me sitting here is like, I'm just playing with the Sony cameras. I would be doing reds for a lot of the bigger stuff. Okay, so let's turn that back on. So I like this light. It's big and soft. It's a 6x6. It's right over here. You can see it right there. And I've got the Aperture 300D Mark II back up there, mounted to the ceiling, bouncing down with a Fresnel attachment on it. I need to make one quick change though. I just saw something. I didn't do my due diligence ahead of time. Okay, so I'm back. And we're back. All right. Big soft lighting. So I love a key that is big and soft. And it does, I mean, it kind of looks okay with negative fill over here. It gives me a darkened shadow, and I kind of dig this moody look right here. This is, it's not bad either. It's, get a little bit of light right, you know, it'd be good if we have this, well, that lights up too much of the background. Let's turn that down. See if that helps. Nah, it's pointed the wrong way. Just a little backlight to separate from the rear, but that gives it's kind of bright right here. Could turn that down. It's not bad. It's a little dark, and you've got the sun coming out the back. Man, why in the world won't it connect? That is so weird. I need to play with the sun though. Let's go back here. Let me go back to the back here and see if I can get this to connect back up, because that's what live streams, that feels a little bit redundant. All right, so you turn off, and let's turn you back on. You are not responding. This happened. Which sucks, because if I'm resetting that, that means that every scene that I have is going to have to be reset now. Loading. Reset failed. Really? Let's that's really interesting. Why would you fail? New fixtures. I wonder if it's working now, though. Let's just see that. It's 300X. Okay, no Bluetooth. There's Bluetooth. Okay, let's go back. Okay. All right. Hey, look. Hey there, Handmade with Hearts. Love that cutting board. Okay, so back to fixtures and back to here. Let's see if there's any questions along the way. No, cool. Hi, bye. Oh, you left. Okay, well, fine. Be that way. All right, so we are back, and so now we can kill off the sun back there. Now, we can have some fun with, let's do moonlight. Moonlight is always good. So we've got that coming in. Let's take that way down. Let's change the color temperature to very blue, but let's bring it way, way down. Kind of like that. That's okay. It's a little curtains drawn. Yeah, okay. So it feels. Street light would be pretty cool. Can we do a street light? Sodium. Street light wouldn't have that sharp of a. So moon it is. So moon should be somewhere around, let's say 6,000. I don't think we need it bright. That's not very moony. That feels kind of moody. Whoa, my stream just jacking up. Is that any better? Is it going to pick up? Wow. Why is it dropping so many frames now? Let's see. Settings, output. Let's change it to constant bit rate. See what you get. Bet we drop some frames now. Okay. Now we're up to 2,900. I'm not sure my upload is that fixed, but okay. Really? Back to this mess. Okay, let's take this back. Oh, it's on auto. Oh, well, that was me. That wasn't you guys. It wasn't the YouTubes. Dag burn it. So, we've got some moonlight in there. So let's create a little moon glow over my head. In my head. It's this one, right? Yep. Yeah, that's cool. So we've got that light. We're at 5,300. Let's blue that up a little bit. I wish it wasn't so bright. Let's bring that down. Okay, kind of got. I mean, I would not have it pointed so much that way. Let's just fix that right now. Don't step on the dog. Up we go into the wild blue yonder. Turn the light into the sun. There we go. And don't step on the dog. And he'll do that. He'll move. The moment you go to put your foot down, he's like, let me just move in your way. Okay, so we have still a lot of light showing up there. Oh, because it sticks out the end. I need to snoot that. I have to put some black wrap around that to help it. But you can kind of see just a little bit of mood in there. Now we can take these lights that are in, like the plant. Let's see, do we need that? That's okay. Let's bring that down. I want to create a very soft look here. The plant, let's bring that way down. Now we have a chair lamp. This guy, right now we've got it at 2,600 Kelvin. We change, that's defying our mood. That's not horrible. It's 3,000, 3,100, there we go. And should we brighten that up a little bit or take it down? Yeah, right about there. Okay, now we've got the desk lamp. Let's take the desk lamp. Oh, we have the side table. Turn that on. This one is a tough one because it always has that yellow look just because of that warm shade. So like right there's 10,000 Kelvin and the shade is still warm. Oh, let's take it 4,000. Ooh, no. What about there? That's about 4,600. Let's see, back to console. just so you can see what I'm doing here. So I've got the Sidus Link app here, and I have all my lights set up. We're going to go to the desk lamp next. We're going to turn that on to be... See, that just kind of washes. What I like to do with that light is I like to put it in candle mode. It makes it look cool with powers out or something. Okay, so B7C, what is this one? Don't need that one. Got the 60X right there, 60D. So if I bring this one up, it definitely fills me in a lot. A little too much. How about that? That's a little more moody. I switch to this camera. It's definitely a little more moody. Not that much. But it's kind of cool with the almost, you don't quite get a Rembrandt out of that. But you get the dark key towards the cam here. Let's turn that down a little bit. The 60D is a powerhouse of a light here. Okay, go back to there. And, well, you know, it's not a bad look. Let's turn on my accessories here. Let's turn on the Edison bulbs. I don't know that we need those. The desk, turn that on. My little Ghostbuster back there. No, Pac-Man Ghostbuster. Yeah, it's okay. That doesn't look bad. That's all right. I could deal with that. What do you think? Let's see. Let's see what you think. Well, at least it's a clear stream. Sparkly LED. You know, full bridge rectifiers would be so nice on LEDs if people would just do that. Like I usually do a 180-degree rule on my shutter, but I can't now because of this guy right here. This little turkey, they used half-wave LEDs, so they flicker like crazy at 50 frames per second, or 1/50th of a second shutter speed. Yeah. So, what are you guys up to? I have a job in the East Coast for the end of this week. So I'll be not on here for a week. But I'll be working, which is nice. It's always nice. You guys doing anything? What else is going on? I'm just, just kind of hanging out. Just, I don't really like that look. It's too blue. Actually, in S-Log it looks horrible. It doesn't look bad at all right there. That's interesting. Let me save this. Save to quick shots. I'll rename this Studio Bluish. I mean, that doesn't, with the LUT, the S-Log 3 LUT, and a little bit of saturation, it doesn't look that bad. What am I seeing? Am I seeing the actual... Oh, Really? Well, okay then. Have to reposition my camera. Let's see here. Lars says, hey man, let's get you to Sweden for some fun too. Sweden are my peoples. I'm a quarter Swedish. I mean, that's the most I am of anything. My grandmother was 100% Swedish. She lived on Swede Hill in Austin. Sweden is awesome. I'd love to get up there. You know, we might as well soon we'll be able to travel, right? I need to get to Sweden. That'd be good. Okay, so here is Studio Bluish, and then the Studio Pretty is what I call this one. How does this one look? Let's see how that one looks. So I'm just going to compare them. Which do you prefer? Studio Pretty, or Studio Bluish? You know, honestly, Studio Bluish looks better. Although I don't understand. This is so yellow. I don't understand why. It's a daylight going through a big silk, and in S-Log it looks fine, but as soon as I saturate, I mean it's really yellow on my face. I wonder if it's just the saturation. It can't be. I'm not sure it could be, but it just, I mean, I even have the cameras all set to 5,000 Kelvin just because it is so yellow. Let's see. Let's just turn it off. Let's see what that looks like. Well, it's still yellow. Now it looks sepia. It definitely needs that color pop of saturation. Let's see here. Gerald says, staying busy here, delving into the world of RAW with the GH5S. Nice. You're using the Atomos Ninja 5. That seems to be an interesting little. Seems to be an interesting little monitor because you can do a lot with it with RAW. Does the GH5S output clean RAW or clean RAW HDMI? It's interesting. Didn't realize it did. Maybe that's one of the things that it did over the GH5. I know the A7R3 is 8-bit, so it's not clean. The A7S can do clean, so I guess I could do RAW out of that. That'd be kind of cool. What else is everybody working on? I'm excited about my shoot in Southeast. It'll be fun. I can't talk about it, of course, but I'll be cam-opping for 5 days, so I'm okay with that. I like work. Work is great. I need to travel. My nature job's still waiting. Still waiting for that big rubber stamp of approval, that big thumbs up in the sky, all that stuff. It needs it. I wants it. And then that will change my year. The panic will settle, and I'll be able to be out there doing what I love without any stress about how I'm going to make my mortgage payment. I mean, everybody feels that way. Everybody's had that way. I get it. Gerald says, yep, really enjoying the Ninja 5. Yeah, Panasonic just released the update a couple weeks ago, giving GH5 full ProRes RAW. Interesting. I had read that ProRes RAW workflow is a bit of a pain in the rear. I've never worked with ProRes RAW because, well, I mean, if I shoot RAW, I shoot red. So I had read that there's quite a bit of the ProRes RAW not being that awesome in the workflow wise, and that I think it is, if I understood, you had to do everything before you bring it in, which to me, it's RAW, but it's not quite as useful as like Red, where you can go, or even Blackmagic for that matter, where you can go back in after the fact and just tweak, tweak, tweak. Is that the way it is? Tell me, since you're using it. I cannot speak of authority on that. Wow, this place is a mess too, by the way. What a mess. It's a mess, I'm telling you. I'm just looking at all my camera. That is so noisy. Yeah, it looks okay. That's really dark. Why is that so dark? Oh, because I moodied this. Yeah, you know, I don't dislike that. What was your vote? What was your vote? Oh, what do we got here? Edison, ProRes RAW, you can change in post. Oh, cool. Okay, well then they fixed that. That's good. I mean, Apple had the right idea. I mean, I know where Apple wanted to go with it, and that was in camera, which they cannot do. And they attempted to, and they did their due diligence and sued and lost. Only Red can do that. Compressed RAW in camera. But, you know, I guess eventually Apple will be allowed to. But, yeah, it's cool. Using the Final Cut Pro X settings panel. Gotcha. Okay. Using Premiere, pull the clip in, set the color space to Vlog, and then just grade away. Set the color space to Vlog. It's RAW though. Well, I guess it's putting the Vlog on it. Otherwise, RAW would look absolutely ugly. I mean, even Red, they don't give you raw. They give you the interpreted RAW, but it's still RAW. Yeah, it's not that they put a LUT on it. They just, I guess it is RAW. I don't know. No, it has to be somewhat tweaked. Yeah. What are some good exercise to master lighting? Oh, I'll tell you. The best way to master lighting is pick any movie that you like, and then just freeze it. Take a screenshot of it and go recreate it. Try to look at what they're doing. Let me see if I can. Let me pause this one. So there is a really cool resource here called Shot Deck. I'm just going to do this. There is a code that gives you 50% off. It doesn't give me anything, but it gives you 50% off. Just go to Facebook and look for Shot Deck codes, because you only get 10 uses. Oh, you signed up for the beta. Yeah, perfect. Okay, yeah. So literally, this is me literally last night. And these are, I'm looking at how to recreate several of these. I just love some of these frames I just absolutely in love with. Like this frame is absolutely gorgeous. I love that. And that's relatively easy to do, but using Shot Deck, you know, you get that basically the database of looks. That's also a really nice look. I like that. If I was smart, I would just be feeding this into here. Why don't I do that? Why am I being dumb? I feel like we have the technology. Are you behind me? Don't be behind me, dog. Don't do it. Don't do it. We'll see if this is the new iPad Pro came in, and yeah, so I'm really excited there. Where are we at? Let's take a HDMI cable. These are not very long. Well, let's see if this works. Oh boy. Oh boy. Unplug this guy. Plug this guy in. And then take this over here. And we are outputting to here. And then oh, we have a screen. And so now we can show, okay, so, oh, we see it all, cool. So like, that's a beautiful image. So I'll just go through here and I look for things to like that right there. Oh my, oh, those two, both of those frames are phenomenal. I love color contrast like that. I love, wait, I can do picture in picture. What am I doing? On? Well, that didn't work. Let's do an 8. No. Let's do off. Let's do 3. No. How did I do it wrong? I don't know what I'm doing. Picture in picture. I'm going to figure it out. So this one will be 1. Oh wait, I'm doing it wrong, that's why. So I need to do, which one is this one? Disc DVE, DVE1 should be 8. Well, that's close. DVE, there we go, DVE1, there we go. And then we can set this off and go here, and then go there. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is what I really wanted. What was the one skill set or technique you wish you learned early on? I mean, honestly, there's a lot. There's so much that I wish I had learned early on that I was paying more attention to. Lighting is definitely one of them. Shaping light, taking away light is very much one in my youth. These are probably looking really bad, aren't they? Man, let me just look here. Scared. Yeah, those are really dark. I apologize for that. I can't undo that. Well, I can. So let me just do this. While I'm doing this, we'll just take this off filters. We're going to turn that off. Okay, so I'm going to look really washed, but at least the shot deck will look right. So I use shot deck a lot and try to recreate. That's cool. In fact, I've done that one before. Another awesome effect. I love this kind of look where you basically cut light off. One color comes in, another comes in. There's no overlap. It just and it's done. It's not that hard. It's a lot of fun. I just watched that movie last night. That's awesome right there. I love that. The eyeball. I wonder if I'm going to get copyright flagged. Probably not. I mean, it's literally what I do to get ideas. So that's gorgeous. This frame with the piano. I love that nice, soft, reflected look. Looks cool. That's cool. Not into that. Not into that at all. No. That's cool. I dig that. And that's literally what I do is I sit here and I go through and I try to find things and then I look at, let's see if we can find one here. Let's see if we can find, well, okay, well, let's just take this light. Or this shot right here. And I try to tear it apart, find out how many lights do I see in this shot. Honestly, I see 2. That's all I see. So I see there is a ambient light right here. That's probably something shooting up into the room, just creating a big, soft, no shadow light, just providing ambience. And then there's a light right here, looking at the shadow. It looks like it's coming off at an angle this way and coming down, but it's definitely above it. And it's a hard light. Well, it's got a little bit of a soft edge to it, not much. It's a fairly hard light. And it's just kissing that. And that's allowing all this right here to show up as well as it is. That's what I do. Let's see. Ollie, hey, what's up? Sir, looks like another episode of Perfecting the Stream Chronicles. Well, it should be working now, right? You should be getting a much better. Earlier it was pathetic, but you should be able to see a HD 1080 stream right now. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put that down below. Let's see. Let's find another one. So this frame, how many lights do we see here? So I see kind of a greenish soft light right here. So we probably have maybe a small softbox with a green either gel or maybe it's a colored light. And it just slowly wraps around here. And then here, this right here, it looks like to be a tungsten light with a cucoloris on it. And it's just, it's coming down. It's coming down this way because you see the shadow of the cigarette coming this way. So then, how are you? Welcome. This is 100% natural light, but that's a bounce card right there. You can see. I don't know, maybe not. This looks like either sunrise or sunset, or it's actually, fill this in. That one looks, that's fairly hard light, but it's coming on just way above it. And that, well, I mean, I see a little blue right here. So we might have just a little ambience in there. Let's go to some close-ups. Okay, that one's pretty easy. So that is, it's a car. We've got probably a light in the dashboard. Probably like a little aperture MC type. I'm sure they didn't use it on this movie, but put that right where the speedometer is and you could dial that color in. That looks to be kind of a cyanish color. So it's a little bit of feel. It's got some green in it too. And then we're going to hit a really harsh cut light from outside the window right onto his face. And you can see it kind of, it hits back here, but it's definitely and right here. But I bet we're cutting it. So it's coming back to, whoa, oh, there goes the GoPro. It's coming back from the front, kind of hitting straight on, and it's just cut, probably with, I mean, it could just be a ellipsoidal with the blades, and it's a harsh cut. Let's find, that one's pretty. So that's a Rembrandt light. You can see, for the most part, we've got the little Rembrandt cove right here. So the light is big and soft, similar to this one. Off to the side, we've got probably a little bounce fill right here. And then right off to the side over here, well, this is kind of toppy. A little bit more toppy, coming down maybe like right here. It's my opinion. If you don't agree, put it down in the comments. Let's chat about it. And then we've got some kind of light coming back here, and I do like that. It's a hard light, and it's like it's just skimming. I like that. That's good. That's a cool frame. There's a lot going on in this frame. So we have everything back there. Looks like maybe slot machines or something. They put fog in the air so you get this multicolored haze in the background. And then we're hitting him overhead, looks like this way with a green gel or a green LED. And then we're hitting him this way with a little bit of a ruby color. And we've got almost a sodium kind of hitting him on the back. I dig that. That is almost certainly, well, it's probably not daylight being a movie. The Tree of Life is probably, well, it could have been. It could just been a 20K sitting out there, coming in nice and soft through diffusion. Yeah, that Grand Budapest. That's pretty. So this is all background, just nice and blurred. It does have a interesting circular, the lens choice there. We just have, we have a nice, soft, large side lit with tungsten color, and then just slightly off to the behind with more daylight, maybe bluish. I don't know. Is this interesting to you guys? I'm happy to do whatever. I'm just chatting. I didn't like the Tree of Life. Is that bad? Does that make me a bad filmmaker? I didn't care for it at all. Let's see here. Looking for some. That's interesting. That's Blade Runner, and I mean, you know how Deakins does his stuff. So there's some harder shadows in there. So I'm guessing that's his park hands, and he's just shooting from up here that way. Gerald says, I thought Tree of Life looked amazing. Could not get into the story at all. Yeah, that's exactly the way I was. I was like, oh, please get better. It did not get better. Has anybody been watching Project Blue Book? I guess it got canceled. We just been watching it. I've been loving it. I love alien stuff. I think it looks pretty good. It's kind of interesting where you can literally pick out where they're just using CGI car shots. And they're just like, we can't afford a drone, so let's just CGI this one. But I do enjoy the story quite a bit. Cold in July. So that's kind of not that harsh of a light, a little bit of diffusion. And I would say not much in the world of ambience in there. They probably have a little bit of ambient light coming in, and then just a big semi-soft main source. That's in a lens effect. Well, that's cool. Skin is always tough for me because every time I see skin, I want it to look like skin. I want it to be as poppy and as perfect as I see it in life. But then that destroys my ability to add color to skin and create something beautiful like that or that. These are not. Okay, let's go medium close-ups. Let's see what we get. That's a little bit of overhead. Definitely blasting a lot of gelled light from that. That's that what is that color? Green steel, they call it? I forget. Let's hear your thoughts about Snyder's Army of the Dead, specifically the look he went for. So I was not happy with the way it looked. I didn't like it. I thought my jokes online were a lot about how Snyder probably didn't like his first AC and said, screw it. The first AC probably just quit after that and lived on an island and never to be seen again. There was a lot of jokes on that. I didn't blame at all the first AC because, well, honestly, that's a tough position to be put in. I didn't like the ultra shallow depth of field. He said he did it because he wanted to have that comic book feel where so much is out of the picture. My guess is with COVID and everything else happening, they really wanted to make sure that they didn't have to spend a lot of money with depth. So you just blur everything out. You don't need to worry about what it looks like behind you. But then I watched the behind the scenes, the one that Jarrett Land had posted, where Zach basically said, this is what I wanted. And I wanted it because of this. And because I made this determination, I would not put anybody else in the firing line of being responsible for that look. So I shot it myself. I mean, at that point, I thought, well, I have a whole new respect now, because he recognized that what he was doing was going to be controversial. So much so that people were not going to like it at all. And he basically said he wanted that responsibility of that look to not fall on anybody else for looking bad. He wanted the blame himself. And when he said that, that was a complete and total, much improved respect for that movie and for him, because he didn't pass the buck. He didn't, Eduardo, sorry, I couldn't watch the whole time. Yeah, well, trust me, you didn't want to see the beginning anyway. Your camera lens setup and frame rate is what again? So this camera right here is the Sony a7S III right now, and it's shooting through the Canon 24-70 Mark III. I think it's a Mark III. I'm shooting it right now in S-Log 3, and it's coming into an ATEM Mini Extreme over here. This camera is an A7R3 shooting S-Log 3. This camera up above is a ZV-1 shooting S-Log 3, all coming into here, going into OWS, and in there I have a S-Log 3 to Rec 709 LUT, just to kind of bring it back to reality, and then I've saturated it quite a bit, which is where you're getting this look. Lighting, okay, you didn't ask about lighting. Okay, good. So frame rate, that's shooting at 24 frames a second. I shoot almost exclusively 23.98. You might get a little bit of artifacting weirdness just because of the ATEM Mini Extreme, the way that it tries to put everything in 60p and then back down. It's a little weird. I normally shoot 180 degree shutter normally, or 172 degrees. Right now, though, I'm having to shoot in 1/60th of a second because of this little guy right here, this Pac-Man dude. He can't handle it. Eduardo says, nice, it looks great. You're doing 60 FPS. I'm not. 23.98. But who knows what kind of weird artifacting this thing is doing. Yeah, I like 23.98. I don't like 30. I don't like the soap opera, and I definitely don't like 60. So that's what I'm shooting at. I say, what other questions? 23.98 looks quite good. Yeah, to me, it's quite simple. We are so accustomed to seeing films at 24 frames a second that we immediately recognize that frame rate as taking out of our normal day-to-day visuals, because our frame rate is between 30 and 60, sometimes a little higher in our eyeballs. But when we see 24, we instantly go into we're watching a film, which tricks our brains into you're not watching reality, go sink into that reality. And I firmly believe that. And it is it's something I think is important. I think keeping that look, keeping that film look, and taking people out of reality, even if it doesn't match. Well, I want it to be 60 frames a second because I want it to be actiony. But you're making it hyper real. And when you do like fiction or sci-fi and you make it hyper real, no one's falling for it. It was Avatar with 3D, we fell for the experience. Watching what was the Hobbit in 148 frames a second. No one fell for that. No one thought, oh, it's like I'm there. No, you really didn't. You recognized that the frame rate was off, and you paid attention to that the whole time, and that's weird. I don't like that. I like the stepping out. I like the trick that it does to our brains. Jill says, I have a shoot coming up that will need some fairy light type lights in the background. Know anyone that makes the type of lights without flicker issues at higher frame rates shutter? Yeah. Can you find some actual Christmas lights, not LEDs? Those are number one. Number two, find full wave Christmas LED lights. Or find the frequency that the lights flicker at and use that. So like over here, it's hard to see. Right there, you can see the flickering. That's my Nixie tube clock. So the Nixie tube's refresh rate is like 22.7 is what it is. It's frequency. I can't shoot at 22 doubled, 44, 45, whatever. I can't shoot that. It's weird. And what it does to everything else is just, I'm kind of liking this blue look. I might play with this a little more. I'm kind of digging it. Let's go back here to live. I just want to see it's not bad. So that's what you got to do. The other problem, especially with LED bulbs, half waves in particular, if you dim them, that's when the flicker shows up. So that's why, like Mr. Pac-Man here, or Ghost, when he changes colors, what's happening is you're bringing in one LED, you're taking out another. One's ramping up, one's ramping down. You are dimming. So when you dim, the half waves go nuts. And it's pathetic. Aperture makes those new bulbs that are flicker free. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, wait, but he's asking about fairy lights specifically. I have found these, Gerald, let me see if I can find them. Oh boy, that's a mess. Oh boy, these may never work again. So these are little fairy lights that I found on Amazon. They're not full wave, but they are the most compliant half waves I've ever seen. And if I can plug these in, I will. And watch it make a liar out of me. You just watch. It will be hilarious, right? Live. But when have I ever been right on camera? You know what? Yeah, I don't know how to do it on here. Yeah. I'll hit me up later, Gerald, and I will send you a link to these. These are huge. These are a ton of them, but these work really well. Let's see what happens here. There's different settings. Hey, look at them flickering out. No, it's literally them flickering. So let's see. They should dim. You can kind of see them there, but I mean, they're literally in real life flickering. That's a flicker. That's a flicker. That's literally a flicker. Okay. So like, that looks horrible. It's hard to tell because it's so blown out. Whoa. Oh, we're dropping frames. Well, we're using some CPU now. Wow, my CPU's at negative 17,000%. That was impressive. I'm not sure how I did that. But Gerald, these are like a curtain. and they work really well. Now these are very small, so if you are trying to make them where they like turn into really giant spheres of like, well, like you're trying to blow them out, they're going to be really hard to do because they're so tiny. But those are fairy lights. But otherwise, yeah, they work pretty well. Absolutely would love the link. Yeah, if I switch away, who knows what'll happen. I mean, oh, maybe I can just do it right here. Let's see. Amazon. Let's see. Type in fairy lights. Find my. Oh, there they are. And let's see if they're still available. They're not available anymore. That stinks. Well, here, let me, I'll send you the link. These are the ones. So if you could find anything similar, you'll probably be okay. Hopefully that went through. It should let me send them. Did it? Yeah, it did. Okay. Because I have links turned off. Only Allie and myself can do links. But why is it so dark? Oh, because I have the brightness turned down. That's funny. Yeah, those are the ones that I chose. Christmas lights, if you can find regular, not LED Christmas lights, they work really well because they still have a tungsten element in there. And tungsten, when you apply electricity, will continue to burn if you unplug the power for like a split second. But since our electricity is 60 cycles a second, it never dims enough when it goes to, so it's hitting 60 times a second. Between each one of those, it can never dim enough just by the tungsten's nature for it to flicker, which is why these bulbs actually are working well. Now, they dim when the AC kicks on. But, you know, you win some and you lose some. Who's got questions? I love questions because questions mean I don't have to come here prepared to talk about anything because that's not how I do the live streams. I like just doing, just one-on-ones, just kind of chatting with people, seeing what's going on, see what people want to talk about, what is interesting to them, testing my live stream, so to speak. Let's see. We have a few people watching. That's cool. I didn't even advertise it. I'm glad I didn't because if I had, then, that's why my guests, I haven't brought any guests on because I'm scared to death. It's going to fail, but we'll do a couple of these. These keep working. My internet's working. Knock on wood. Does it still look good for you guys? I feel like it's still looking good. Of course, they are currently unavailable. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. I'm happy to share anything and everything. Well, anything that I'm not under NDA. Let's just put it that way. I was just about to shoot my finer cuts. That's what I called it. Let's see. Is that what I called it? I think that's what I called it. I have to remember what I called my own channels. So we have this channel, which maybe someday will be called Film Cuts, but I don't think so. I think it's going to stay the same. We've got Raw Cuts. Raw Cuts is the cooking show. We've got Music Cuts, which is, wow, I've got an extra subscriber. How to do that? That will be the music stuff coming soon. We've got Afterthoughts. Don't have a name for that one yet. We've got Tech Cuts. Oh, I lost a subscriber on Tech Cuts. Tech Cuts is where I'm doing all my, tech gadgetry, reviewing phones, iPads, everything that doesn't fit in filmmaking, because I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I like to play with stuffs. And then I've got Finer Cuts. And Finer Cuts will be back here where I enjoy cigars, scotch, whiskeys that that one that Ollie said to get. I'll be checking that out. What the heck? Who sent me a picture of a toilet? Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Yep, it does look good. Cool. Got it. Eduardo, hey, you still using that Kessler remote control car? Ha! So, I'm not. They are going to send me one to play with again. So, when it was released, they sent it to me. I received it, and they were going to show it at an event, and they weren't comfortable being the only one letting me test it out. I mean, I don't think they realized it wasn't Eric. I don't think they realized that I used to race RC cars. It was one of my fun things to do as a teenager. Oh gosh, pulled a muscle. There we go. So they didn't let me run it. Since then, they said, yeah, we'll send you one to play with, and I'll probably be going back up there to visit. Just for the heck of it, and I'll probably want to do something with the car just because it's cool. I do have the kill shock over here that I do still use, and that's when I mount up a stabilizer rig on my vehicles. Yeah, it's a cool car. They I think they're available again. There were some supply issues for a while, but I think they're back available. If anybody, I got to put my plug in here because I finally after, I don't know, 6 years, I don't know, something like that. I finally got a referral link for Kessler stuff. So if anybody is looking for anything Kessler, just use that link. No, there's no coupon code. I wish there was. I really do, but there isn't. It's an affiliate link, so it helps me. Alex says, Red Komodo thoughts. Well, Alex, are you new? So we did a lot of stuff with the Red Komodo on here before it was released, while it was being released, and after it was being released. I'm a huge fan of the Red Komodo. I mean, huge. This is my Red Komodo with cables not dressed appropriately. It is a custom color. That custom color is Balkum blue. I love the Red Komodo. It is hilarious because I've had it, I guess I've had it about 10 months now. It is the camera that I grab first when I'm going out and about and shooting. It is so light and small and compact and capable. It's what I grab. When I'm looking for low light, I grab my A7S III. When I'm looking and doing normal production work, it's either between the Komodo or the Dragon X up there. It's really my go-to. Work that I'm shooting here in the near future will be shot on Komodo, and it's a full-on show that I can't talk about. So yeah, Red Komodo, they're very hard to get. And I mean, I feel kind of bad now that I haven't been doing a lot of Komodo videos. I did some after the fact. I didn't want to push a camera that is very hard to get because then people get mad. And I mean, there's still a big back order on these. Honestly, if you're looking for a smaller cinema style camera, then I would absolutely look at Komodo. Absolutely. It gets used far more as a full-on cinema rig around here than it does not. It's a beast. It's a workhorse. It's affordable for a cinema camera. I can't say enough good things about it. Something that I wish it has, that I know it will at some point, is time-lapse, because I love shooting reds in time-lapse mode, and it doesn't have it yet. Jared, please. Be your best friend, Jared. Be your best friend. I know it's coming. They're busy. They're working. They've been slowly adding the feature set to this, so it's good. If you are seriously considering a Komodo, just get on someone's wait list. There's a lot of vendors out there. Find your favorite. Find the one that you love to do business with, and just ask them, hey, how long is the wait list? How many cameras do you have to wait? Don't go to like B&H. I mean, you can. There's nothing wrong with B&H, but they're going to have a huge wait list. So find a smaller shop that maybe has a smaller wait list, and do that. You can order from Red. You can order from Voice and Video. You can order from Max Digital. You can order from, I think, Hot Rod Cameras. I think they sell them. There's a lot of them out there. Go reach out, talk to them, get on a wait list, and it's a solid camera. People say they copied others. They didn't. People say that. They didn't. The Portkeys monitor compatibility was a surprise, and it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one, and that's what's on here now. It's been living on here for quite a while now. Oops, don't pull on that cable, Scott. Wow. That's my poor cable routing management right there. It is a great monitor. Really, really solid monitor. It was interesting to me that everybody asked, does it send video wirelessly? I'm thinking, if you want control and video wirelessly, use your phone. That's literally what they gave you the phone app for. It's really cool. Red Control works like a champ. Ollie says, industry overall feels dead compared to last year. Even though there was madness, it felt like a lot of stuff was released. It's true. I mean, I am struggling right now. I am dearly struggling finding work, mostly because I really suck at marketing. It's the truth. There's work out there. It's just in weird places. They're quiet about it. It's wild. I've seen some DIT jobs come through, and the pricing on it, I was like, you want me to be a full DIT with transcoding for that rate and no kit fee? I don't think so. No, that's not even worth the time to get up. Eduardo says, Texas Media Systems is also good to check out when waiting on cameras. Ask for Leroy. I know Leroy. Yeah, Texas Media Systems is really cool. They're so much smaller than I thought they would be. Yeah, they're a good resource. They're local here in Austin as well. Let's see. The industry is weird. I mean, there seems to be work, because I know a lot of people that are working. I just need to get my name, I guess, out with some agencies and get on a list of work. I don't know. I really, as Mark said, no one will do a better job marketing you than you. And it's true. And I do a horrible job. I would fire me in a heartbeat. because I'm so bad at marketing myself. Well, I would fire me as a marketing person, not as a camera operator, a DIT, DP, or anything else. What is this? Ha. Yay. It's so hot out right now that our electricity companies are saying, could you turn down your air conditioning? Hey, build more power plants. What about that? No, dude. Live streaming. Let's see here. This changes pricing across the industry eventually. It does. It's pretty bad. People are well. So what's happening is productions. The master production is being asked to take on additional costs. And those additional costs are for safety, wellness, all that stuff for COVID and all that various things. And it's adding on, I think I've read between 10 and 15% on to their costs. So their budget is still their budget. So they're asking everyone else to take a cut. It's about my shoot. So they're asking everyone to take a cut. What's happening, though, is that every other person is trying to make the same amount of money. And when you get producers, they're doing their job, so they're trying to make the same amount of money as themselves. The production house is trying to make the same amount of money that they always made. Meanwhile, they're asking everyone else to make up that 10 to 15% because they didn't get a bigger budget. And that's tough. That's a tough position to be in. And I feel for everybody, but when you bring it down and you ask a DIT where you need a DIT, but it's not a full-time job for 2 months. That's not cool. That means that you basically went down the line and everybody said, no, we're not going to do without. So you gave it to them. And then at the very end, you say, well, this is all I have. And it's not fair. So either you need to change what you're asking for, get more money, all take cuts across the board. And when I say that, I mean literally, don't say you are and don't. I mean you literally took cuts equal to what everybody else does. When you do that, and there's a trust problem out there in the industry. I get it. I feel it. Yeah, you gotta be fair. It's tough. There's a gear rental shortage here as productions are catching up with backlog of last year. Well, that's cool. I'd love to rent out some gear. Anybody want to rent some gear? I got some gear to rent. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of productions going on. They're just not around me, which, I mean, I get it. It's cool. I wish it was. So for whatever reason, my laptop's not charging. And because of that, I'm going to be ending the stream here soon, not quite yet, but it's slowly dying. I'm on the M1s. M1s are really good unless you run the CPU at 44.2%. That's interesting. So I'm getting to see my actual uploads, and it's not that fast. I guess if it looks okay, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm really hungry. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks like 12 frames per second, though. It doesn't look right. So who's got questions, thoughts, concerns, ideas, jobs? Anybody got jobs? I really want my nature job to take off. I really want it. Oh, man. That would so make me so much happier. I'd be in such a much better place. These Amazon AA's rechargeables. Oh man, these things are killer. I bought like 24-pack of them, cheap, and they run the wireless here for like 8 hours. I am really impressed. Good to know about the M1. The Mini shocked with how it handled 3D titles in Final Cut Pro X. Yeah, if I were doing it again, well, if I were doing it again, I don't know. What my goal was to sell the M1 MacBook Air and get the M2 or the M1X laptop when it comes out. I think, though, that I won't. I think I will keep the MacBook Air because after I did the thermal throttle mod to it, it runs like a champ. I would get if the Mac Mini comes with the 32 or 64 GPU cores and the 10-core M1X, and I can get 10 gig Ethernet on it, I'll just buy the Mac Mini and put it back there in my editing station. I have fully transitioned over to Resolve for editing, something I'd never thought I'd say. But the learning curve was not as hard as I thought. Well, there's an initial steep learning curve, and then it just starts to make sense once you click. And I was really pleased with that. Let's keep getting reflections here. I was really happy that it works as well as it does, and it does work well with the M1s. I've edited probably the last 6 videos on all the channels on the M1, and it just sits back there and it runs. I also like how they got smart with their batteries, so they no longer charge these things to 100%. They charge them to 80%, unless you need them to be 100%. And then that way, when you keep a lithium ion at like 80% or less, they last forever. They don't damage. Every time you charge them to 100%, you're slowly taking a full cycle out, and you're affecting the battery's life. But when you keep them at 80 or less, they last forever. You get like 6 times the amount of recharges with them. So I like that they're doing that. Eduardo says, yep, I use Resolve quite a bit between my PC and Mac. It's nice. Yeah, my dog's upside down. I've got a big powerhouse PC, and there are some things that it is still faster on, but for the most part, I don't use it. I don't use it at all. We are doing a video coming up soon, as I've been building it and getting it right and playing the hokey pokey shuffle with all the hard drives, but storage for DIT, storage for filmmakers and people who are footage junkies that don't delete anything. I've got solutions, and they're relatively affordable. So those old PCs, you can put them to use. Ali says, love the M1, but mine has crashed twice since I got it. Green screen, then restarts. Are you using external Thunderbolt docks? My guess is the answer is yes. And that's where all the problems seem to come from and I don't know that it is necessarily the Thunderbolt docks, but it is definitely a combination of Thunderbolt docks and the Thunderbolt that Apple is using. I think you've mentioned this before, but what are you using for your audio? It sounds rich. Well, thank you. Honestly, it is just a Sennheiser G2. The G2 wireless packs, G3s. And I use the lapel is right here. It is underneath the brim of my hat. And that's where I use it. I am now going to be putting, now that live stream is actually working for a change, I'm going to be doing audio processing in OWS, adding in the compressor and the equalizers that, well, actually I could do that on the ATM Mini Extreme too. Oh yes, I forgot about that. That's where I was going to do it. Yeah. So I've also now learned how to do Fairlight in DaVinci Resolve, which one of my most popular videos is how to fix bad audio in Premiere. Well, I'm about to be doing how to fix bad audio in Resolve because I've now figured it out, and so I'm happy to share. Sorry, of my monitor, which I'm using as a USB hub. Yeah, that might be your issue. I have a lot of dislikes and disgruntlements right now with the Thunderbolt scenario in the M1. So, Blackmagic, I am disgruntled with you right now because you've chosen, by choice, to not enable Use with Hub on your Thunderbolt video monitor output, which means I have to use an entire Thunderbolt port just for it. You don't need it. You definitely do not need all the bandwidths, but you have checked the box that says you can't use a hub. There's probably reasons for that, but still, because of that, you've consumed all of my port. Now I only have one other, so I actually have 2 Thunderbolt docks after that I am linking together, and it's a pain in the rear. So I have a lot of gripes with that, and I get those disconnects that people talk about. I get them on different docks at a time, but it's never the same time twice. Yeah. Eduardo says, I have a pastor who I'm filming this week. He is requesting to be seated and use an around the ear mic for his message. My concern with those is the plosives. Yeah, plosives with those mics are insane. You know, there's not a lot I can tell you on that other than what are you going to be recording into? If you can put any kind of a compressor or limiter on there, I mean, it'll help you. I would try like crazy to get any kind of dynamics processing in that chain. Otherwise, the only thing you can do is fix it in post, and you're still going to get blowouts on the plosives. But also find out how they talk. Some people talk out of the side of their mouths. If they talk out of this side of their mouth, put the mic on this side. If they're a down talker, they kind of talk down like this. Get the mic where it's kind of pointed up a little bit more. Try to get that mic as far away from the plosive as possible. Even if you stick it out a little bit, it'll help some. I mean, plosives are a thing. Zoom H6, yeah, I mean, the Zoom H6, you can put a limiter on there that has a compressor. Honestly, put the 75 hertz cut on there, the pad of the 75 hertz pad cut roll off that they have on the H6. Put that on there because that'll get the plosives out, at least from blowing out your recording, so to speak. H6 allows you, if I'm not mistaken, to feed into 2 channels as one with a higher and lower, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pull the second one way down and then use that audio when you can, unless it's live. If it's live, then you're just going to have to use that microphone and test it out yourself, and try to get them get them out of there by compressing and killing off the low end. But, I mean, it's hard live. I hope it's not live. Is it live? If it's live, I feel you. I feel you. Not live. Good. Well, that gives you a chance. Why is it on hold? Rarely used. Can I charge? Can I just charge? Why is it on hold? Charge. That's so weird. Can I ask it to charge? Optimize battery. Am I on power adapter? I'm not on. I'm on power adapter. No. Okay. We'll do things with. I mean, your best friend is to test. I mean, if I do this, actually, they're not showing up that much. A little bit. I mean, they exist. That's why I like this mic, because I'm a plosive guy. I tend to my words, and I found this to be far better. I also, I mean, I like room audio or room mics, boom mics. Gosh, it's been a long day. But I don't think they're the answer for everything. Sometimes lapels just work. And I love the fact that it's hidden and I never have to worry about it. And it's one less thing for me to bang my head in up here, because I literally, this overhead thing, I bang my head into it all the time when I stand up from here. Yeah, I may just have to do my typical and throw a boom mic over his head and have him around the ear mic so he feels it. Yeah. I mean, just don't tell him. You know, oh, this is for scratch. This is that's all it's for, scratch. I wouldn't fault you for doing it. It's your job to capture. So, capture. So, who all has any more questions? I need to jump out of here shortly. I need to get some cheese. I'm back on the keto diet. You can tell I need it. And I did not have a very big lunch, so I need some cheese and salamis for snack. I will try to vlog with the new vlog mics, by the way, because my vlog mics suck. So I got the new Rode Wireless Go 2s. So I have that for my ZV-1, which is my vlog camera. So I'll kind of vlog what I can along the way, just for fun, posterity's sake. This trip, there's not a lot of time because I need to leave Wednesday, which is like all I have is tomorrow to gather a few things and go. So I don't really get to go on any nature along the way. So yay. But I'll be back next week for more fun and adventure, and it appears some real live streams, some better live streams where I'm not having to test all the time. I mean, was this a better live stream? At least it wasn't crashing on me. Yay. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. But thank you all for putting up with me, honestly, because it's pretty pathetic to have to endure someone with a bad stream. And, you know, just hanging out, having a little fun. It's always good to hang out with friends and the community. And, yeah, as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions.